All right, good afternoon. Welcome back here to Trader Nick. Great to have you aboard. I've just been told feed is not functioning properly. Everything I go and post or the auto post are not posting there. So I posted the couple videos that I did today along with some links to them, but those are not showing up. One of those, I will repost both of those tomorrow or tonight when they show up. Because I do think they have some, important content for the challenge going forward. But did want to just jump on here real quick before the market close. The market vibe here today is unchanged. And I know the market's down, but the market vibe hasn't moved. The internals haven't moved more than they did on Friday last week. It's still a bull rating, but it threatens a neutral signal right here in a big way. So that's where the market vibe sits. There's no trend rider, no Katie signals. If you were on the video earlier today, we went and looked at some of those scans and what was going on and why some of those weren't showing up. The reality is most stocks in the market are in consolidation phases. Overall, I was asked about the IWM earlier today, and what do I make of it? Well, it's in consolidation. That's it. There's nothing bearish here. There's nothing uber bullish here. It is just in this consolidation phase here in the short run. And a lot of stocks are kind of in that. We're starting to see things like JP Morgan go into a little more of a corrective phase, after the big rally. So, we're seeing a few of those Home Depots types of things. But in all, still highly differential market out there. Now I have one position from last week, Valero. I'm going to hold this here into the close, and it's one where I have a few $100 risk on it here into tomorrow. I'll see where it lands. Just no volume since I got in, just none. In fact, if you've been watching Valero closely today, which I never suggest. Let me just show this to you here. Oil. So here's the chart of oil today. And we see oil pretty much open up and fall off a cliff, right? Okay. Down she goes here between 9 and 10 o'clock Eastern, or Mountain Time, so 11 and 12 Eastern. We see oil kind of fall off of a cliff, right? Well, what did Valero do? Well, rallied, it dripped a little bit down, but it's kind of drifted further lower as oil has rallied here. And I point this out just because, just to understand that oil and Valero tend not to have a lot to do with each other, tend to have very little to do with each other overall. So it's just not something where where I look at the price of oil and say, well, oil went up, so Valero has to go up, or vice versa. Yeah, with a Halliburton, with a Schlumberger, we could try to make those arguments. Only, Halliburton hasn't really benefited from the rally up here in oil. But we could try to make those arguments with some of the energy components. But it's been interesting. Energy's been rallying this afternoon. Or oil's been rallying this afternoon off this lower band, but energy hasn't followed suit here, at least just yet. But I'm gonna hold my Valero here into the close, and then tomorrow we're gonna kick off the new 100K challenge. Earlier today showed some of the stocks that I'm gonna be looking at from a Valero, Micron, JP Morgan, Baba, Home Depot, Chipotle Mexican Grill. I didn't mention on the last video, but high on my watch list for entry here. And, along with some of the Nikes, Under Armour would need to pull back a little bit. Michael Kors, high on my list here, but needs a pullback, for me to want to go get into it. I did look at the put option prices here today. I think it's getting a little too cute with that, but overall interesting. I also looked at some put prices on Pepsi today, just to see what they were. Not that I'm interested in them, but this is one that right here on the lower band could see a nice little bounce back up to 115. So just kind of an interesting area. I'm curious to see how the puts react on a move, $2 move higher up to 115. Because that's where I would like to short it. So anyway, those are a few of the things, but again, it'll come down to the signals and the price action. that we see, and we'll track that here going forward. Heck, I may make Valero my first trade of the new 100K challenge tomorrow, but I'd need to see Valero up about $1. If Valero's up about $1.40 from this level, $1.40 to $1.60 from this level, and we have a little bit of volume in it, I'm pretty comfortable it's ready to go. Outside of that, the consolidation risk is still, it's still pretty heavy and still legitimately there on the board. Okay, we'll have the feed issue fixed up here tomorrow. I will jump on video tomorrow about 30 minutes before the market opens. So if you want to see when I'm going to be on next, that's when I will jump on tomorrow, and we'll talk about kind of the setup. And while I would love to make a trade first thing, if it's not there, I won't do it. If it's there, I will absolutely not hesitate. So really looking forward to it. Hope you have a fantastic evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.